Should Scream 7 go the new Nightmare route? And if so, who should the killer be? That's what we're going to be talking about today. I'm Pamela. Welcome back to my channel. Before we get started, please don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future posts. And please also go follow me over on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. Let's get into it. So, should Scream 7 do what New Nightmare did? If you don't know, New Nightmare is the final movie in the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, and this movie gets super meta. It's not your typical Nightmare on Elm Street movie. The characters in the movie are like the actual actors who played in the franchise. So it stars Heather Langenkamp as herself. Same goes for Robert Englund, who plays Freddy Krueger, and even Wes Craven makes an appearance in the movie. So this is actually something that I've been saying on my channel for a long time now. I think I first mentioned it like 10 months ago, and I see it going around the Scream community now, which I think is really cool because this is something that I would like to see from the Scream franchise. However, I personally would not like to see it for Scream 7. I think we need to wrap some things up there. Obviously, I would have liked to see Sam and Tara's story get finished in Scream 7, but that's not going to happen. But I do think Scream 7 should be a Sydney-focused story. Continue what happened in Scream 5 and Scream 6 as best we can. You know, wrap up Gail's story. And you guys know, I'm a Stu believer. I want Stu Macher to come back in Scream 7. It's pretty obvious that that is what they've been setting up in 5 and 6. So I do think that Scream 7 needs to be a typical Scream movie. But I do think New Nightmare for Scream is something that we could do for Scream 8. Just think about it. We could get every single actor who's ever been in the Scream franchise to be in this movie. We could see David Arquette again. We could have Jamie Kennedy. This is something that I would absolutely love to see. I also think that this would be a great way to honor Wes Craven because he did write and direct New Nightmare. So if the Scream franchise did do this, who should be the killer? And who should get killed and who should survive? Let's start with the opening kill. If Scream went the route of New Nightmare, who should they kill off first? I have a few ideas for this one, and I'll just share all of them with you guys because I can't pick one, and this is just fun to talk about. So my first thought was maybe Jenna Ortega should be the opening kill, since she survived her opening scene in Scream 5. And since she's a survivor in the Scream movies, it might be fun to actually see her get killed off in the opening scene like she was supposed to in Scream 5. My next idea for the opening scene is Danny from Scream 6, Josh Segarra. I'm not crazy about this idea, but it just crossed my mind because it could kind of mirror Cotton Weary from Scream 3. Cotton was the only male opening kill. So I don't know, that was just a thought. But I actually like the idea of Emma Roberts being the opening kill. Even though I would like to see her be in the movie longer, because she was so good in Scream 4, it would be nice to have her for at least half of the movie. But I do think she would be a great opening kill. And then I thought maybe Scott Foley, who plays Roman Bridger. I think he would be a good opening kill. Since he was a killer, it might be fun to see him get killed off first. And to see him actually get killed by another Ghostface. And I think that scene could actually be really funny. Now let's discuss who should be some of the victims who die. First up, I gotta go with Neve Campbell. Since she always survives and none of us actually want to see her die in the real Scream movies, so it would be cool to have her die in this movie. Because I think that would be the only way that we would actually see her die on screen. I don't think they're ever gonna kill her in the Scream movies, nor do I want them to, so I think it would be a lot of fun to actually see Neve Campbell die in the New Nightmare version. However, I think it should be towards the end of the movie. I think she should make it through majority of the movie. We think she's going to survive like she always does, and then in the final act, she gets killed. Same goes for Gale Weathers. I do think that they're going to kill her off in actual Scream 7. But because she survived so many Scream movies, I would like to see her get killed in a New Nightmare version for Scream. But I definitely would want to see her make it through at least half the movie. Because I think it would be fun to see her in scenes with David Arquette, Neve Campbell, Jamie Kennedy. I think she could be really funny in the movie. So Rose McGowan, who plays Tatum Riley, I think that she should also die in this version, but I want to see her make it to the end, and maybe she dies trying to save someone else. But I also wouldn't be mad at her surviving altogether, since she did die in Scream and her death pains me. So I wouldn't be mad if she survived in this version. Next up, I think Hayden Panettiere, who plays Kirby Reed, should die in this version of Scream. You know, since we kind of had that fake out with her in Scream 4, she looked like she died. We thought for many years she was dead. Turns out in Scream 5, we find out she's alive. She, of course, returned in Scream 6. So she's still alive in the real Scream movies, and I love that. I love her. But it would be fun to see her die in New Nightmare Scream version. Another person I think would be a good kill is Jerry O'Connell, who plays Derek in Scream 2. And now that I think about it, he actually would be a good opening kill as well. So I hope if they do New Nightmare for this, they can get him back. I think he'd be willing to do it. He's still on TV these days. Two other people that I would like to see die in this version are Sister Lois and Sister Murphy from Scream 2. Every time I watch Scream 2, I'm like, they should have died in this one. They could have added to the kill count. They could have had cool death scenes. I'm surprised that they survived Scream 2. So I think it would be great to see them actually die in this one. I mean, in this movie, there could be a lot of victims because think about how many cast members they could get to return. There could be a lot of cast members in this movie, so then we're going to need a lot of deaths. Now for the survivors, I really only have 3 in mind, 3 people who I'd really want to see survive this version. First up, we got Jamie Kennedy, of course. Randy is one of my favorite characters, possibly my second favorite character in the entire Scream franchise. And it kills me that he was killed in Scream 2. He was taken from us way too soon. He should have at least made it to Scream 3. I am happy that we got to see him in video form in Scream 3. I thought that was a great way to include him. But his death just pisses me off. The fact that he walked by that van and freaking Nancy Loomis pulls him in, just kills me thinking about it. So I would like to see him survive at the end of this movie. And same goes for David Arquette. Obviously, we lost dear old Dewey in Scream 5. Very emotional death. That one pains me as well. So I would like to see David Arquette survive with Jamie Kennedy at the end of this movie. And then the third person I had in mind for a survivor would be Parker Posey, who of course plays the iconic Jennifer Jolie. She was my favorite character in Scream 3. She really made that movie. She stole every single scene that she was in. And it's a shame that she dies at the end. I think she would have made a good survivor for Scream 3. So I would like to see her survive in this version. Now this brings me to the killers. Who should be the killers if they do New Nightmare for the Scream franchise? Who should be the Ghostfaces? Should there be 1? Should there be 2? Should there be 3, like Scream 6? I have 2 in mind that I would really like to see. First one is Kevin Williamson. He created Scream. He's the writer of the original movie. He's a producer on later Scream films. And Scream is his baby. So maybe this could be like his version of writing a new movie. He controls who lives and who dies in real life. I think that would be a fun twist. And then my second idea for a killer, Kevin Williamson's partner, would be Lynn McCree, who plays Maureen Prescott, Sydney's mom. I just think that would be pretty unexpected. We didn't get to see much from her in the Scream movies. First movie, it's just her photograph. Scream 3, we get that one scary scene when Sydney's dreaming. And then we just see that footage of her with Hank Loomis. So I feel like she had a lot to give to this franchise and we didn't see much from her. And I know that she has a lot of love for the Scream franchise. She is friends with Craven Something Scary. I know you guys all know him. He's had her as a guest on his channel in the past, and I believe he's also having her as a guest again coming up early February. So I remember watching her on live stream with Craven Something Scary, and she has a lot of love for this franchise, and I think it would be so fun to see her as the killer. with Kevin Williamson. So that's my idea for 2 Ghostfaces. If they wanted to do a 3rd killer as well, I mean, I would also like to see Parker Posey as the killer. If she's not just a survivor, it would be fun to see her as a killer. But I don't know, there's so many different options that they could do with this one. That's why New Nightmare for the Scream franchise seems like a really fun idea, because there's so many possibilities. They could get really silly with it, really meta.
What can you get?
It could get crazy, so who knows, maybe they'll do it one day. Leave a comment down below and let me know who you would like to see as the killers if the Scream franchise did a New Nightmare. Please don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future posts. And please also go follow me over on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll see you guys in the next video.